reason. Yeah. I'm not used to the RE71Rs anyway. They don't make any noise. So I can't tell when I'm braking, when I'm not braking, until it's past the braking point.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you set one lap, so let's see what you do now. You have a little bit of heat in the brakes and the tires.
Awesome. Not bad. Cold. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Felt it, saw it. Now you taste it.
Okay. Wow, I suck. Gotcha. Sounds good. Nice. Very nice car.
I was going to bring it today, and I said, it's in the garage and all.
Gotta get out there. It'd be nice 60 later on today.
What's that?
It's been nice to 60 later on. You've been fine.
Yeah, I had to get up too early, or too many cars moved. So.
Oh, I got you.
Going up.
Thank you.
So this is your last run, right?
Yep.
Let's make this your best run.
All right. Sounds good.
It doesn't mean go crazy because you'll lose a whole lot of time if you do, but steady.
Okay.
Okay? Steady wherever you can. You get a straight line, use that straight line. Okay?
Gotcha.
You got it.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so we can pull it to the line. So do what you're gonna do, just as if I wasn't even in the car with you.
Okay.
All right. Course looks good, and they're not paying attention to us. You know what? Well, they'll wake up when they hear us. Go ahead.
You want me to go?
Yes.
Wait, he's coming across.
He's gonna wait. Don't worry.
Back up again, or should I wait for someone else?
Well, we're going to pull off to the side.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little suggestion here.
Gotcha.
You can work on picking up. I know that the car's been sitting now for a while, but pick up your pace a little bit in your slalom.
Okay.
In between one cone to the next, you should start turning for that next cone.
Okay.
All right. So as you're coming through, it's like whoa, and then around here, start turning for it, because we walked it, relatively speaking, to a car. We walked it at a snail's pace. So if it was just, let's say, 23, 24 paces between one cone to the next, what would be the middle, about 12 paces in, give or take, start prepping for the next. Because what you ultimately want to do with the slalom is, if you remember high school physics, you're looking to basically create a transverse wave.
Okay.
And you want it to be nice and smooth. You see some people come in and they're like, or they, and then they get offline, and then they're trying to compensate for themselves. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You want it to be a nice transverse wave, nice fell swoop. Think of when you watch the Winter Olympics and you see the downhill skiers. It's
right. Yeah. Back. Okay.
All right. That's what you want. And the whole point behind starting to turn for the next one halfway through is because we're doing at least 30 miles an hour, number one. Number two, you don't want to mess your timing up, because now, if you're going too quick and then you're like, you don't start turning till here, then you're like, oh crap, there's no way I'm going to make it. And then you try these drastic things to get the car to turn, and then you end up either plowing into something or just plowing off course, or you try too much throttle and then you end up spinning, and all these things go on, and then you start making a mess of the situation, and that doesn't help matters.
Okay.
All right.
So when you say pick up the pace, you mean pick up the hand pace?
Hand speed, and don't try to actually accelerate through the slalom, because they're even pacing. You just hold your throttle. Some, whatever you feel comfortable with, but just, whoa.
Pick up the pace.
Halfway through. I'll actually yell out, turn.
Okay.
This time around. Okay. And, a couple people I've worked with so far today already were kind of shocked that I'm like, it's slaloms, do them right. It's almost violent, because it's just never ending.
Okay.
Okay? All right, let's pull up to the line, try and run through here. All right, what was our first time? Yeah. Again, as soon as he reaches that little driveway of 6 cones, you see the 3 gates in a row,
yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, so that's when that's our leave point.
All right.
Go ahead. Turn in. Tight and tidy here.
not bad. I'm not used to the timing of the slalom, obviously, because you said turn. I'm thinking like, well, I'm going to hit that, and maybe I was too close. Maybe I should make it more of a arc.
Maybe. I mean, this is a wide car,
Right.
just like my Camaro. It's not a Miata. It's not a Mini. It's not a BRZ.
No, it's not.
You know, those things you can fit in places that you realistically can't with a Mustang or a Camaro, or even, you know, your Corvettes. They're wide as well, and you've got to compensate for that when you're, you know, when you're driving a car, depending on, you know, if you're co-driving with someone else or whatever. Even though you hit the cones in the slalom, like a bunch of them, you could hear them.
Right.
It was good though, because now you know how aggressive you need to be in order to do a slalom right. And slaloms, I'll be honest with you, I mean, it takes a while to get it, like, but it could be a random event, it could be here, it could be a baiter, just all of a sudden you get the slalom right, and you're just like, holy fucking shit, there was an epiphany. and then after that, you'll never get them wrong again.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
When you walk, do you pace them? Do you count
Yeah.
your head?
Yes, I do.
But to you, it's just a number right now, right? Or do you kind of have a thing?
No, what I look for is it getting tighter? Is it getting longer? Can I, like, that's about it though. I don't really know too much else.
You can start, I can say over time, you will start learning that, slalom. Well, that automatically tells me it's going to be pretty tight. And I'm not going to be, you know,
On the gas hard.
kind of hacking through there, yeah.
Because I counted 22 on this one, right? 23.
Yeah, it's like 22, 23 in that area.
This is a tight one.
This is considered tight. So this is to me, it's more of a maintenance slalom where it's like, let me just hold my line, not make a mess, and then go from there.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you, it's amazing in this day and age of how many manufacturers there are out there, and how long is the manual transmission been like this, and you know, all that other happy crap. Just how different every clutch can be,
Right. Yes.
from one car to the next. Like, I get my car at the end of the day. Here, let's get your time. There's some days I get in the Camaro after an event, if I was doing one of these schools, and like the clutch will feel like, you know, like somebody cemented it, or I'll end up putting it through the floor, like like in the Vipers, the pedals as hard as trying to push that light pole over with your leg.
Really?
Oh God! But it's got a handle, you know, 600 plus foot-pounds of torque from the factory. All right, here we go. Turn. Patience through here. There's no point in trying to be Hercules. Anything on this car adjustable?
As far as sway
Suspension?
bars, yeah.
Where do you have the rear right now?
Tightest. SR adjustable. They're at the most inner holes.
Innermost.
It's the stiffest.
That's tight. That's stiff. You wanna undo that.
Okay.
Put them on the softest setting.
Softest setting.
Even though you want a car to rotate, I get it. Rear-wheel drive cars, especially older ones like ours that have the live axle. I mean, I actually put the V6 rear sway bar on my car.
Really?
Little 17 millimeter nugget. Stock had 19. I have a 23 mil from a third gen in there, but I'm like, this thing will spin in the driveway if I put that on. So I actually put the V6 bar on the car last year, and you can ask Jeff. Night and day difference in the vehicle.
No kidding.
Because you want to be able to lay the power down. Right now, coming out of the slalom, I wanted to get aggressive on it. Coming off that last cone of the slalom, and I felt the car start to wiggle, and it's like, you know, if we were co-driving at an event, I would spin it to see how far I could take it. But as an Evo instructor, I'm not supposed to drive more than 80%. And in some cases, I'm actually dialed back from that because I don't want to start, making a mess of things. And then you're like, why'd I pay all this money for these guys can't drive? But like, I've got to be very cognizant of what goes on in the car. And I can't say that the car is telling me, go harder, go faster, go harder, go faster.
Okay.
I can't say that. An example is last July I was teaching the Evo school up at Devon's in Massachusetts, and it was perfect. 4 new Miatas, the NDs were there in 4 different states of tune.
Right.
Every single one of them, I was able to drive that car as if I was the owner.
Oh wow.
Like instantaneous level of just confidence. All right, let's get that last time. You don't have to write it down, but just to benchmark ourselves.
Okay. I'll just make a note. I don't know this guy's name.
No, Chris, I think.
Hey Chris, what was the last time?
81,
Gotcha.
Oh, I guess he's taking penalty notes.
Sorry, so adjust the sway bar to the loosest setting. Alright.
Yeah, soften it up. See that?
Yeah.
That's a tight sway bar.
Okay.
Shouldn't. Like, it's one thing to get some tire spin, I get it, I don't have, it has a factory diff in my car, and I'd love to be able to put something, better in, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, coming out of the slalom in that last cone, do you feel like each time that I'm about to get on it, the car starts to wiggle like this?
Yeah, I felt that, especially last time. That
to me is, if I was actually coming off it harder, we might have actually made a little mess of things, and that's not what you want. You want to, as the owner, you want to be able to say, let's just use this Fox body here. I want to be able to come off that knowing I can come off that, not, crap, my bar is so stiff that even though I might be able to pivot around something, stupid tight, because Andre does that down in South Jersey every so often. Even though you got all that space on the runways, every so often Andre will just put like a pin cone on one of the taxiways, and that is literally your turn.
Okay.
And you've got to, either come way out, and then you got to try to arc it, and then you run the risk of running onto like marbles or whatever. Or if you stay stupid tight, then no matter what you're driving, unless you got, like that new Camaro with those electronic diffs, then you're like, you can lay it down, but otherwise, you got to find the happy medium. But pin turns in these cars don't mix, and yet, yeah, the stiff bar will help you get around it, but then if you can't lay down any power until the car is perfectly straight, or it's 85, 90 degrees outside, it's kind of defeating the purpose.
Okay. So, alright, I got you.
Joking around though before, when we saw that this heat would have all Mustangs, we're like, well, there's no cars and coffee around, so we should.
That was gonna get run over.
We should be safe. No offense. We had to get that in there.
It's all good.
What was the last one? I'm consistent. 500 slower, and I probably lost that coming out of that skid pad.
Because you were sliding a little bit.
All right, so go ahead. Patience. Come in so you missed your timing.
Yeah.
You lost time there. Brake hard. Patience. 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 Patience.
Yeah, I lost the first cone and that was it. You can't catch back up, it seems like.
Yeah, it becomes a snowball effect, and it's physics. It's you know, you build up enough momentum, you know, the car starts a cycle one way through the next, and then you know, if that timing's off, forget about it. It's over. I mean, you realized that it was happening by the third cone or so in the slalom,
Right.
And then you backed off accordingly, which was good because a lot of other people, especially ones that don't take this course, excuse me, end up trying too much, and then this plunk, 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 or they spin or whatever. So you saw what you had to do there. I mean, I don't know what the steering ratio is on this. I thought they were a little quicker, because it seems like turning that wheel, we're not getting that immediacy of change that you'd expect. That's why I asked you too if like your shocks or anything else was adjustable, or is it just that bar?
I have the guy before me put on what, the camber plates. That's about it though. I don't know what that's set at. I haven't touched those. It's just the sway bar.
Get the car on a rack.
Okay.
And see if your caster is adjustable as well. If you can adjust caster, that would be good.
Adjust to which way?
Make the number bigger positive number. Like say it's 4.2 degrees. If you can go to 5 degrees positive caster, that'd be good.
Okay.
All right.
Would that be alright on the street too?
Yeah, that just means the car's ability to want to center the wheel back.
Okay.
You know, like my wife's CRV has a very low caster angle. It's like 1 degree or some shit like that. And like you can make a turn and then like let your, not that I do, but I was curious one day, like how much self-centering does this thing have? And it was like coming back like this. It's like, so you physically got to still bring the wheel back. My 8th gen Civic that I had back in the day had a very high caster angle. It would, like, you'd actually feel it start coming back. And now the Camaro has arms that add a lot of caster, an upper A arm. Caster's a good thing. It's not going to wear out your tires any quicker.
Okay.
All right, let's go up to the line again.
All right.
So we'll do run number 2 of this.
Yep.
Get your last run. All right. What was the bullets last time? $31.1? Okay. All right.
Ready?
Yep, we're ready. Much better. Yeah, you hit one, but who cares? Stay tight. We're worried about technique.
Right. Timing light.
That's it.
Sure.
That's our thing. I mean, we had plenty of safe space, but that timer would have
screwed up everything. God.
All right. So that's stiff rear bar.
Okay.
Okay. Also, where are your rear tire pressures at?
30, I believe. On the last check.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I'm sure we're building up some.
Right.
And you know, you can bleed down after because we're only got the one more run. But that's something you gotta keep an eye on. But definitely, if you can actually soften that bar up by the afternoon session, I'd be curious to see how much it helps the car. If it's not easy to do, don't bother today.
No, this thing is slow. I don't have anything to jack it up anyway.
Okay.
So.
Don't worry about it today. But you know, that's a weekday project for you before your next event.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So let's go see what we got here in our last one. Let's try to take advantage of slightly warm tires and brakes here.
Okay.
Wait till he leaves. Excuse me, so we don't get anything kicked up on us here.
Gotcha. Do you hit the brakes at all through the slalom or no?
No.
Okay. damn it. The one thing I was trying to work on the hardest was the damn slalom in the beginning. I'm like, oh, missed it.
That's all right. You know what? See where my fluorescent green jacket is on the floor over there?
Yes.
We'll just pull up there for a sec, and
Okay.
then I'll go get your time, and then this way here it'll make it easier for you to go park.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'll chat
Sure.
about this last one. Despite those, those little foibles here and there, tells you that you were on track to have an even more impressive time than that, because you fell behind in the right around the third cone in the slalom, and you had to actually back off to make the fourth and fifth without making a mess. So you lost time there, and then there was a little bit going, you overshot by just a foot or two the entry point to the skid pad.
Okay.
But you held it together well through the finish, and it saved it. I bet you have a low 30, if not a high 29 in you in the afternoon. Now, I'm not saying if you don't reach it, like, you got to beat yourself up.
Right.
But I know that there's, you're at a 30.7. If you think of it this way, 2/10 here, 2/10 there, 2/10 there, 2/10 there, well, that puts you at a 29.9.
Okay.
And that's,
That's okay.
Tenths are quick. Like, we talk about these numbers, like when you did, say 31.7 to 30.7. The second is kind of, obvious to feel the difference of. But realistically, you couldn't tell the difference between the 30.903 and the 30.995.
No.
So the clock goes so quick that that's the only way to kind of fix things up is to know where you're doing better. And you got to work on the slalom and your patience coming off the corners, which is hard to do right now.
Okay. So you think the sway bar loosen up would probably help a lot?
Remember, all the pony cars make enough power to get the rears around on their own. They don't need any extra.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
That makes sense.
I mean, that car slaloms well, despite the fact that it's a live axle vehicle. That's where you make up your time. Autocrossing's about handling, not the power. If you have the power, great, use it on, say, when they use this entire lot. You get the few seconds here and there, you get to open the thing up. But by and large, it's just, you got to get through those corners, and if you don't have that confidence now to lay in the power,
ain't gonna.
what are you going to do?
Right.
All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, I was there.
And you tried to sneak in a couple years back with your Mustang during a regular regional event.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. All right. I thought you looked familiar.
All right. So, as we're sitting here on the starting line, first thing I want to look at is when do things start happening. So, what I'm doing here, I'm sizing things up, obviously make sure the course is clean and safe and all. And the first thing that comes into my view is this pointer cone. Okay, so that tells me I need to do something, but the pointer cone alone does not tell me enough. I know I got to go to the right of that, but what do? Do I need to immediately turn? Is it just saying stay that way? So I want to pick up a greater element than that. So the first thing that I generally would pick up, I know it's a slalom, I've walked the course, I know it's evenly paced. I know that things aren't really going to be changing. So, until that slalom's over, I'm really just going back and forth, right and left. So, for me, I pick up that first gate, which I find the gate, the pointer cone plus the next piece in the slalom. And then really my peripheral vision is taking me down at least to the end of that slalom. So as we come out of here, come out, pull second gear, I figured out where I need to start making my turn. And I'm looking down, and as I get down around here, okay, I'm coming down about here, and I see things start changing, right? I'm running out of cones, so I'm looking for the next element, and what that next element to me is the beginning of the circle, the farmost left side of the circle. And so sure enough, when I look at that, all of a sudden I see my straightaway start somewhere around this 4th cone. So if I'm on a straightaway, or even if I'm still turning a little bit, my right foot can go down and I can start making a straightaway where maybe the next guy hasn't seen that. As I pick that up, all right, I get my left-right direction figured out. The next thing I need to learn is how far back do I need to go? Do I need to brake soft? Do I need to brake hard? So I want to find the back side of that circle in order to get my speed down to a sufficient level to get around that circle. So I'm coming around, I've picked up the left. Look at that, that now becomes a straightaway. My foot goes down. Coming in here, I find the back. And as I'm coming here, you know, and even a couple feet back here, I'm sizing up the far side of the circle. So I'm looking 180 degrees across, and that's determining, do I need to go 5 miles an hour? Do I need to go 45 miles an hour? What do I need? So I always want to be looking at that point opposite where I am, 180 degrees across. So I come in, I found the back of my circle, I'm braking here, and then as I'm coming off the brakes, I'm adding steering input. I'm looking across, Nothing's changing here. I should not be accelerating, I should not be decelerating. And on a perfect run, I'm gonna like just touch the base of every cone there. Okay, and as I'm coming around here, the next thing of importance is the entry to that U-turn. Okay, and at first glance, all right, this is actually a little bit more here today, but generally speaking, a U-turn is what? It's nothing more than half of a circle. So the same type of rules are going to apply. So coming around here, here's that straightaway I talked about again. I'm on the floor, even if it's just for a couple, you know, half of a second. And the next thing I'm doing is looking 180 degrees across to figure out how fast or slow I need to go. But here, I'm actually looking further, so I can get back behind this cone. And you'll notice those 3 cones out there, they're not just to completely shape the corner, because you can get out around that corner without it, but what we've put them here for is a visual for you to pick up. One thing I want to point out, you're not always going to see that on a course. Course designers often do give you those things, but a lot of times there won't be anything. You have to kind of put things there by yourself. One thing Brian and I do, you know, we'll go to an event, and even here at Meadowlands, there won't be something like that, but you can use something around it, whether it's a light pole, you know, maybe that building from like way far away, you're going to kind of line up and head towards the building. So use immobile objects as reference points as well. Works pretty well. Don't use a pickup truck that was parked there, or the girl that was standing there watching the event, because she's going to be gone by the time your run goes. So, yeah, exactly. So again, I'm picking up the outside of that wall, and then immediately my eyes go down here. And one thing, it doesn't work for us today necessarily, but a Chicago box is really nothing more than a funky looking slalom. So this is a slalom with a hard left. So what I'm using here today really is again, that entry gate, and specifically the pivot, the middle of that. So I'm coming around here, looking to the center of that box. Again, it's defining my braking zone. Sure enough, I have a little bit of a straightaway here. And as I'm coming down, where do I say I gotta go? It's sort of a semicircle, not quite as fluid as the other one was. But again, I gotta get back to that other, you know, obstacle there. And honestly, out of those 6 cones, there's one that matters, right? The closest one on the right, the passenger side. So as I'm coming through here, I pick that up. We want to do a little bit of braking here, obviously, load the front tires. But as I'm coming up here, I don't really give a darn about getting to the left here. I have a big opening beyond this 6-pack. So all I got to do is scoot by. If my foot's on the floor, and if I'm heading for that, and my car's starting to walk a little or just slither, you know, I can come around this cone and my eyes are down to the finish now, and all this goes away, and I'm just, you know, I'm using what track I have to stay on the floor and just holding it down. My eyes are going straight ahead, just through. Make sure I hold the gas until the finish line.
The only thing I would add, Rob, is make sure that you, from this point, the one job is to get to the entrance of the slalom, right? If you don't backside that first cone, the rest of them you're in trouble.
Right.
all day.
Not been backsighting it?
No, definitely not. I've been late, and then I'm screwed from here on.
So here I'm picking up the left side of the circle, picking up the back of the circle. So I'm coming down, I'm braking. As I'm coming off the brake, I'm coming slowly off the brake, giving some input, looking around. Find the entry to the turnaround. Find the exit to the turnaround. And again, this keeps going, so I'm looking for that wall. Here. My eyes go into the middle there. Now my eyes are going to the 6-pack. Get the tires loaded.
You look at that cone on the end of that wall, you will hit it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So coming in here, eyes into the middle, and then just shut it down. And then when you add that all together, there's really only a handful of cones that are significant. A lot of them go away. They're just noise. All right, and that's it.
You to be looking ahead. So I'm going to be brutally honest with you. If you're not,
If I'm not
I'm
looking
going to tell
ahead.
you where I saw you looking ahead. If you're halfway looking ahead,
Okay.
you know, if you're not looking ahead, I'll tell you. If you're the greatest looking aheader, that's great too.
All right.
But this will definitely help you.
Good.
Okay? You can go around him.
Go around? All right. Like I said, this is my first full year doing this. I did a half a
That's
season
fine.
last year.
Hey, we have guys first time they even drove it.
Gotcha.
So you didn't do bad. You ran 30s.
Yeah. Sloppy through this section here.
All right. Think about what you want to do. You want to look at the first and the last, right?
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. So
Okay.
The rest is up to you.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Okay, you were looking ahead.
Okay.
Now, how far were you looking ahead becomes the next question. Were you looking ahead far enough to make you faster, or are you just looking far ahead to make you smooth? Okay. So I think this run was far ahead to make you smooth.
Okay.
So let's see if you can look a little further ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to talk to you on this run. I'm going to tell you where I'm looking and see if you're looking in the same place. Or if you're not, fake it, but let's see if you go faster.
Okay.
So you either may go faster or you may go slower because it may confuse you. So let's see what happens, okay?
So do you want me to respond back to you?
No.
Okay, just listen and go.
This is where my eyes will be. You can go around him, by the way.
Go around him?
This is where my eyes will be, okay?
Okay.
You can just ask him what time. I just want to get a base on that.
What's his name? Chris?
I'll give it to you in a second. Okay, when you're ready. Looking at the first, looking all the way down to the last. Looking at the first, I'm looking also at the last. Okay, I'm looking at that first cone of the carousel, looking up the hill. Looking all the way up the hill, I'm looking all the way around the corner, Now I'm looking at the gate. Looking at that gate, now I'm picking up that laydown right there. Okay, I'm looking at the next laydown. Got the next laydown, I'm looking into the Chicago box, into two centers. Now I'm looking at the finish, pick up that finish. Okay, let's turn and burn, getting that finish. Okay, that's more aggressive.
Okay.
So how aggressive were we?
At the start, not that aggressive. Towards the end, once I got the turnaround, that's where I get more aggressive. At the start, I suck on the slalom because I don't know. I look at the wrong cones constantly.
Maybe it's the way you went to the slalom.
Probably. I've been trying to get more wide, but for some reason, I just naturally want to gravitate.
Let's
back.
switch seats and see what happens as far as what your time was on that one, whether you were fast or slower.
Okay.
And then watch how I do it. I will talk to you as I'm driving through the course. Okay?
Gotcha. Okay.
Where do you usually autocross?
Here, Baderfield and PA. Mostly it's South Jersey, which is where I'm from, closer to Atlantic City.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens. A lot of times I get rid of the mirror.
Okay.
I do it for two reasons. I'm going to do it. You can fix it later if you want. One, okay, I want to get the windshield. Two, if I hit a cone, your first thing is to look in the mirror. When you look at that mirror, you lose the course.
Okay.
And then it's just like, fuck. And then it's just, because you hit a cone doesn't necessarily mean that the road, that your run is totally hosed. It's not.
Okay.
Because, hey, look, man, everybody else made a cone.
That's true. That's one way to look at it.
Or it's a good time now to practice. You hit a cone, practice.
Okay.
Go out there, say, man, maybe I should take that corner faster. Drive that corner, the next corner faster. You may actually say, holy shit, if I didn't hit that corner, I would have the best run I ever had. Why do you think people say that? Because they go try something. What was the time on the Mustang? Did you get a time on the Mustang? On this one? All right. I'm looking down the course. I'm looking at the first. I'm looking at the last. I'm looking over at the carousel now. Looking up the hill. At the cone up the hill. Now I'm looking all the way across. Looking at the opening in the gate. Now I'm looking at the laydown. I got the laydown. I look at the next laydown. Now I'm looking down into the Chicago box. Got the Chicago box, looking over towards the finish. I got the finish. Now I'm just going to drive it home.
Wow.
Were you with me?
Yes, I was with you. The carousel is the only thing I'm having trouble focusing on. Which cone is it? Because there's like a dirty cone and then two clean cones.
Okay. The first cone I'm looking at is the clean cone.
The clean cone.
See it from here?
Where he just went by?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the first one I'm looking at. I'm actually looking at it now. I'm looking at the
clean
slalom,
one. The very
to
first
the clean one.
Okay.
Then at the top is the dirty one. Then I'm back to the clean one.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Now, what cone are you looking at in the slalom? Are you
First and the last.
Just the one with the pointer.
I'm looking through it, the slalom.
You count the one with the pointer. That's the first one for you, right?
Yeah. And I'm counting the last of the last.
As your last one.
Because that's actually a gate.
Okay.
The way it's set up here today, because we're not using it.
Okay.
Did you get a time on that last? You really messed up the slalom. He's got one laying down. Now you know you're looking ahead if you see all that going on. Okay, first and last.
All right.
First and last. I'm picking up the shiny one. Now I'm picking up the one up the hill. Okay, coming around. Now I'm picking up the one in the middle, the shiny one again. Now I'm picking up the laydown. So I've got the laydown. Now I'm looking all the way over. I'm picking up another laydown. Looking into the Chicago box, picking up the middle. Looking over, picking up the finish. Got the finish.
Okay. Yours just feels so much faster.
you're going to talk to me.
Okay.
I showed up late. You're going to get me through the course.
Okay. Sorry. I see you got more windshield. You can see this much better.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah. No, it's nice.
You go around here.
Go around here. Okay.
Put your belts on. See if you got that last time. All right, you're going to talk me through the course.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Alright, pop the first one. Down, all the way down. Top of the line. Middle, dirty one. Clean, dirty. Next gate. Turn around. Next gate. Chicago box. Double cone. The gates. Finish.
Nice. That was a good run. I think you got yourself in the 30s on that run. That was
Nice.
a good run. Now you see how it started showing itself?
Yeah. It's easier to talk it.
A little out of breath too, huh?
Oh, I'm not used to talking and driving.
Okay, you worked it. That was a good run. You were looking, you were telling me where you're looking, and I was watching you. When you told me, that's where you were looking. You weren't just like saying
Stuff,
You
no.
drove this course already like 20 times.
I think it helps. It's a small course, and there's the obstacles are so varied that I can remember it without even being on it. Usually, like those courses over there, I had to like, oh, where might I have to go next? Like even if I ran it 3 times in a row, this is different, easier for me at least, I should say.
Good run.
Awesome.
Good run. That was the fastest run of the day in this car. I knew that run was a good run.
Felt smooth.
Okay, when you're ready.
All right.
Do it again.
First. Carousel, clean, dirty. Dirty cone, top of the clean. Dirty, dirty, clean. Next gate. Turn around. Exit gate. Next gate. Chicago box. Finish line. Didn't go so well. Looked too
All
far.
right, and the reason I know the reason you looked further ahead. It was a good run, and I get what happened there, but don't worry about that. That was good.
Okay.
You looked so far ahead that and I've done this myself. that you forgot where you were and you go into that next place. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I've done it too, where I've actually missed the gate. If you miss the gate, it's even better because you're looking.
Right.
Take nothing away on that one. I'm going to jump out. You're
Okay.
going to take the next 2 runs yourself. Okay. Look ahead. I'll be able to see it better from the outside.
Gotcha.
Just sitting in the car, I'm just reiterating the same thing. I think you got it. If you need to talk, you have the tool now to talk to yourself. You know, and it's self-instruction. You don't need to if you don't want to. It's whatever's comfortable for you. But keep looking ahead, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
I'll see you at the line.
Okay. Sounds good.
You can bring it down.
All right. Go around him?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So close. All right. Next cone, next cone, next cone. Go. Probably 31.
Were you looking ahead?
I was looking ahead. My braking was off. I didn't brake when I should have around the turnaround, so I was coming in too hot.
Alright, you ran at 30.6.
Okay.
So, you ran at 30.7 last time, so now you took a 10 look. And you don't think it was a good run.
Right.
But looking ahead for you works.
No, it definitely
Yeah, it
does.
works big time. Take one more. Let's see if we can. I mean, it's getting to the point. But that was a good run.
Thank you.
Even though you critique, it's no perfect run.
Right.
It's going to critique your run because you have a fix. But looking ahead, it's working.
Okay.
This will be your last.
Okay. Sounds good. this my zone over here. I looked twice. I looked ahead once and then twice on the Chicago box.
34 plus 310 somewhere.
Okay.
Got the worst run of the day.
That's not bad.
So now when we do the 3 runs at the end of the day, it's back that 34 to 6 up at least in that category.
Okay.
Remember, it's looking ahead, but you're looking good.
Thank you.
Car's really taking a good step coming out of the slalom to the carousel. Good job, man.
Thank you. Didn't happen.
Less than 29, huh?
No.
What happened?
I got impatient around the roundabout over there.
Okay.
Got on too early and it pushed. So
Okay. All right. So just behave on that. Hopefully you can chop it back down. It's a 32-1. So.
yeah, I figure as much.
All right.
All right.
As you know, that's,
Yep.
that's the main thing, man. Do something about it.
Okay. We get 3 runs? Cool. Back to the basics. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, you took 9/10 off, but you're still not where you want to be at 31.2. So,
All right.
warm tires. How'd that run feel?
It felt better.
Okay.
Much better.
So you got enough to squeeze some more time out?
Definitely.
All right. Don't be impatient. That's the key.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the key.
Another 7/10, 30.5. So
I'll
it's the right
take it.
direction.
I'll take it. I'll
You're
take
getting
it.
tired. Everybody's getting tired. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to match earlier stuff at this point.
That's fine though. That's great. I think that's my best run of the day too. Yeah, it was. It was my best run.
Perfect. That's what we want to see.
Awesome.
Not everybody's gonna get it. Nice
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
So, we'll have a quick wrap up as soon as we get to the rest of the time.
Awesome.